In the yard, Elmo watches a leaf floating in a bucket of water. He briefly pretends it's a boat and shakes the bucket around to simulate stormy waters, but the leaf remains floating. Gordon comes by and Elmo asks him if everything can float. Gordon thinks that's a good question, and they decide to test it out by using an apple from Gordon's groceries. Elmo observes the apple is heavier than a leaf and thinks it will sink. Zoe and Rocco come by and join the experiment. Zoe guesses that the apple will sink as well, but to their surprise, it floats. When Gordon puts it in the water, Zoe observes that Rocco is round like an apple and thinks he might float. Elmo doesn't think so since he's thrown pebbles in a puddle, and a rock like Rocco would definitely sink. Gordon drops Rocco into the bucket and the three watch him sink. Gordon explains that some things float and some things sink depending on how much they weigh and what they're made of. Zoe notices how shiny and slippery Rocco feels when Gordon gets him from the water. Elmo thinks Rocco could go down a slide quickly since he's slippery, and they want to find out. Zoe says there's a slide at the park, but Gordon makes one out of a crate and wooden board instead. Telly arrives and is filled in on the sliding experiment. Right? The monsters make our guesses, but Rocco doesn't slide down. Elmo and Zoe notice Rocco is dry now and needs to be wet again to be slippery. Gordon tries it again with a wet Rocco, but the rock remains at the top of the slide. Telly makes a hypothesis, first explaining what the word hypothesis means, that the board needs to be raised in a different angle. So Gordon adds another crate and Rocco is able to slide down the board. Next, Telly wants to see if two of his triangles from his collection will slide down the board. He shows them that one triangle is made of light aluminum and the other is made of 3 popsicle sticks. Gordon tries the 2 triangles on the board and they both slide down. Elmo wonders if both triangles could float. So they test it with the bucket of water and they find that the wood triangle floats, but the aluminum one doesn't. Telly says, "Aren't triangles endlessly fascinating?" At that moment, a leaf falls into the bucket of water and the monsters observe it float. As Gordon heads for home, Elmo shows Telly and Zoe his shaking experiment from earlier and they wonder if the leaf will sink or float when doing so.